Hi, everybody, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be, or not.
And now your starting 11. First for SC Wichita. Number 13, Sor Shabana. Number 19, Gabriel Diaz. Number 14, Sergio Nasra. Number 11, Gustavo Diaz. Number 9, Brian Elman. Number 6, Corey Gleason. Number 12, Ben Scagamello. Number 5, Caio Teixeira. Number 3, Gibran De La Robos. Number 2, Noan Gonzalez. And the goalkeeper, number 0, Keegan Lewis. And now, your starting lineup for your Tulsa Athletic. Number 18, Bodie Benezer. Number 3, Aiden Ursrich. Number 9, David Polana. Number 21, Joseph Ruiz. Number 5, Eric Diaz. Number 10, Ruben Torres. Number 14, Rafa Zaldivar. Number 17, Jonathan Harris. Number 4, Francisco Lopez. Number 6, Caleb Trussell. And your captain, number 1, Bryson Reed. Let's get ready for some Tulsa Athletic Soccer.
Hi, everybody, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. This is Wednesday. This is Tulsa, and this is soccer featuring the League for Clubs on the NSN Network. Today from Athletic Community Field, it's Tulsa Athletic versus FC Wichita. And welcome up in the booth, everybody. I'm Toby Moore. To my right, Sonny D'Alessandro. And here's what we know going into this game. Tulsa Athletic, they're in.
We're in.
Eugene KC, they're not. They're done.
They're done.
Wichita.
They're still causing problems, though. They caused problems, but
not anymore. Their season's done.
I know, but they with the result over Oklahoma City, they're still meddling around, which you like to see from everyone. I'm sorry, Toby. Go ahead and bring these lineups in.
Stuff got real quick.
It did.
Wichita playing for their playoff lives today. Yep. A loss, and they're out. Here is your starting lineups while we have time here. First for the visiting FC Wichita. In goal, number 0, Keegan Lewis, who had a clean sheet. His only start for FC Wichita this season. Defenders, number 2, Noah Gonzalez. Number 3, Gibran Villalobos. Number 5, Caio Teixeira. And number 12, Ben Scagamello. Midfielders, number 6, Corey Gleason. Number 9, Brian Elman. Number 11, Gustavo Diaz. Number 14, Sergio Nahara. And number 19, Gabriel Diaz. And up top, number 13, Sora Shabada. For the homestanding Tulsa Athletic, in goal, Bryson Reed with 3 clean sheets and a 1.22 goals against average in 9 starts. Back line, number 3, Aiden Ursrich. Number 4, Nano Lopez. Number 17, KB Harris. Number 18, Buddy Benezer. Midfielders, number 5, Eric Diaz. Number 6, Caleb Trussell. Number 10, Ruben Torres. Number 14, Rafa Zaldivar. Number 21, Joe Ruiz. And up top today for Tulsa Athletic with his 7 goals, David Pilati.
Yeah, Pilati found a nice little run of form this year. Scored his first, he scored a single goal in, I think, 6 of his 7 games. And then, 5 of his 6 games. And then he notched 2 in the last one. But, yeah, you're right, Toby. All to play for, especially if you're FC Wichita. It's like there's levels here, right? Lose, you're out. Draw, you're in. Win, and you're at home.
And you're at home,
so,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I look. It's one of those things. you like it if you're Tulsa because you're essentially playing against a team, you know, a wounded animal, everything to play for, and you can tell from the kickoff, here they come. So we'll see how the two stack up.
That's right. Ball played immediately into the back third. That's headed down by KB Harris. KB had a hat trick against Union KC on Saturday night.
Yeah, Harris, you know, ever versatile. You know, Gustavo Lopez is in the 18 tonight, but sort of traveling and may show up a little bit late. So Harris will start the evening at center back.
Right you are. Luis Flores off the team sheet tonight, as is this is Hayden Weish.
Yeah, Hagen Weish picked up a little knock.
Oh, this could be something, but it's not.
A little casual.
A little bit.
And then a little direct.
That's a lob wedge put up there by
A little 60-degree wedge.
it's Gleason with the ball. Nana Lopez.
Yeah, and
Zaldivar.
yeah, just past Zaldivar. And look for Zaldivar, Toby, to be sort of that catalyst as far as like playing with energy, up tempo, always finding the ball, covers a ton of ground. You know, if you're a left back that thinks you're going to get forward and whip balls into the box, like you're definitely going to have to deal with Zaldivar tonight. Lopez does well. Trussell to Bote. Bote home to Reed.
Of course, I was on assignment last home game. It's the first time I've seen Trussell this season. That's all the way back to Keegan Lewis. Wichita with everything to lose and a home game to gain.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one too, and I'll let you and Dave Saunders talk about it a little bit more in depth. But you know, when both teams get in with a draw, it's like it's a little bit strange. But you know, we've had a mentality here from day one. If
this could be
Here's
trouble.
Diaz.
Oh, nice pickup by Keegan Lewis.
Yeah, Keegan Lewis does well to come off his line, playing the ball.
Just getting started here at Athletic Community Field. No score, the final regular season game of the Mid-America Conference.
What a season it's been too. Every club has taken at least a point off of every other club.
That's competitive.
Yeah.
KB Harris.
Fine Pilate.
Plays ball back to the middle third, John Pilate. Torres, he's got space.
He's got Pilate as well.
Here's Pilate on the right wing, crosses it in.
A little much for Diaz, but he still has the ball. Diaz
goes down. Will that be a? No, it will not.
I mean,
Armory wanted a penalty there.
It's right in front of them. You know you're only going to get one result from the supporters as far as what that call is. We're a little far away, a little early. You know, you almost applaud the referee for you don't want to start the game that early with such a big call.
No?
We'll watch it back. I'm going to say there was contact, and I'm going off of the fact of what kind of player Diaz is, but
although I'm sure Costa Rica didn't mind the other night.
That's right.
Harris releases the ball to the middle third. Joe Ruiz dispossessed. That rarely happens. Back into the middle of the pitch. That's Sergio Nahara. Corey Gleason, and then onto the back line. And that ball goes over the byline. And that's a goal kick.
Yep.
A little cooler than the season would suggest here in Tulsa. I would say kickoff was probably in the high 80s. A little muggy.
He's going to find Diaz here. Good touch from the Costa Rican.
Pitch in great shape tonight.
I bet she's coming along. She's coming along.
That one's played through to Shibata. Shibata leads FC Wichita in goals with 4. Pin there on the far side of the pitch. Releases the ball. Cross intended for Gabriel Diaz, headed away by KB Harris.
I like the idea there from Ursari, just a little flip over the top for
Torres.
for Torres.
Get there.
Yep.
I'll say, as I mentioned, I was on assignment last weekend. I understand we had quite a weekend with two legends being inducted.
Oh, what a night! You know what a night. It's special. We pride ourselves on being, as real of a club as you can be. So we like to pay homage to those who have given their time, blood, sweat, and tears to the club. So hanging the number 9 and the number 17 up, I would say the rafters. I mean, for Hicks, these are the rafters.
These are the rafters. It's not indoors.
Was a special night. And getting to see Joe Garcia come on and actually play a little bit was special, too. He almost scored a goal.
Wait, Joe played in the game, too?
Of course, it's Tulsa Athletic. He had two great chances. I thought he was going to score in the first 3 minutes. Here's Lopez.
Not a Lopez. I was looking for Ruiz. Yeah, scoots by him. Brian Elman tries to run it down.
Yeah, you got to like what Torres gives there. It's dirty, it's ugly, and it's not a lot, but it keeps possession.
Keegan Lewis is going to get that one.
Yeah, Noah Gonzalez doing a good job there, just kind of shielding Diaz from having a direct path to the ball. Oh, my.
Oh, this could be trouble. Big shot! It's in!
Oh,
my goodness! Serious miscue from FC Wichita. The next thing we know, Ruben Torres is blasting one from about 50 yards.
Yeah, we'll call it 40, but, Torres, ever the opportunist. Ball drops at his feet. Says, you want to drive a ball at me? I'll drop a bomb back on you, and there's the gap man.
Torres' first goal of the season for Tulsa Athletic.
It is. He needed it, too. He needed it.
And the Athletic are up 1-0, and we'll call it the 9th minute. We'll get the official result here from our public address announcer, Dan DeVore. Zoom action. Tulsa's up 1-0.
Especially at this, at all levels, Toby, but it's always important when there's a mistake to punish the opponent as much as possible. So an unfortunate mishap there from Keegan Lewis, who, like you said, up until this point had been pretty solid in goal in his last game with the shutout. There's a good diagonal ball finding.
That was a nice ball. Shot. Nope, not yet. Now there's a shot. Oh, parried away by Bryson Reed.
Yeah, Bryson Reed called into action.
Corner kick coming up for FC Wichita. Gustavo Diaz will take the corner and hope to equalize. In case you haven't figured it out yet, FC Wichita, the white shirts, blue shorts, white socks. Tulsa Athletic in the green and gold checks, black shorts, black socks. Diaz swings it in over everything.
Yeah, good header there from Boti.
Yes, Benezer heads the ball.
Shabata lurking.
It's Torres again.
Oh, it's a jailbreak. They have Pilati on the far post as well.
Yes, he's onside. Cross. Oh. Tapped off.
Still alive.
Tulsa still has the ball.
Yeah.
Say reset.
Saldivar. Here's Diaz. Great
Cross.
chip.
Pilati.
Oh, Pilati.
Oh.
Lopez committing forward.
Now some white shirts get back for help. And the ball's cleared out. That's Gabriel Diaz.
Yep. Strong Brazilian target man for FC Wichita. Good
Reverses field.
Yep, good switch of play. Toby, Diaz on the left wing. Diaz and Zaldivar both cover so much ground. If you're going to break them down, it's going to be because you broke through a little bit of a pressure scheme there. Certainly annoying to play against.
Carlos Acheto and Gibran Villalobos in the middle of the back four for FC Wichita. That ball goes over the byline, and a goal kick coming up for Tulsa Athletic. Come to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah,
We're 11 minutes in.
Reed to Harris. Back to Reed. Botti.
And Benitez plays the ball forward into the middle third.
It's Ussery getting forward. Ussery had a good game last against Kansas City. I mean, obviously 7-0 is going to be some good performances, but you know, he was getting around Diaz and getting into the box, whipping balls in. I think he had a couple of assists, or at least one. Finding Pilate.
Pilate. KB Harris has this with no trouble. Plenty of space. Donato Lopez. Back into the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, Torres finding Diaz here. He's got Ussery coming. Here is Ussery.
Here's Ussery.
Yeah.
Nice tackle. Oh, whistle and a free kick coming up for the Athletic. We'll call it some 35 yards away from the goal line.
Yeah, nothing malicious. Two good players going hard. Like to see the exchange of sportsmanship between Diaz and Gonzalez. Here's Torres. I would say, Toby, this is at the edge of his range, so I wouldn't be surprised if he tries his luck, especially having scored.
Having just scored a from
one
distance
from
before.
40 or 45 already, but in disc golf, when you make a lot of long putts, they start adding your putts together. So, you know, he could be going for 80 yards worth of goals here if he were to drop this one in. But, sorry, the rare disc golf reference.
That's all right.
Service into the box.
Headed out of the
Go out
box.
for a corner.
And are we sure? No, that's
No,
actually going to be a
sorry.
throw.
Yeah, it's a throw. My depth perception is usually fairly credible. We've got a bad angle with the sun right now.
Yeah.
Toby, good to have, well, one, good to have you back from Cincinnati.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah, it was not the same, flying solo. I said penis once on air, but it was in a medical way. And also good having Dan DeVore back, the ones and twos, back from his stint in Europe. Botti puts a throw in.
Ball is loose. Harris.
Still Harris.
Benitez.
Botti, good.
Headed
good ball
clear.
in. Yep, some good defending from Wichita.
Right. There's Ussery. Agers of space.
It's also what you want to see from Tulsa too. Up a goal. It's not like you sit back. You know, you stick to what got you there.
Right.
You're
Right. Best defense is a good offense, kind of a thing. Pilate. Shot deflected.
Yeah, good defending there.
That's by Teixeira.
Ussery.
Shot. Also
Yeah,
blocked.
Trussell. Here's Diaz. Looks like him and Zaldivar are sort of
Crossing
interchangeable.
in. Pilate. Oh!
Caught it clean. Caught it clean. Good save.
My
good
goodness.
hands from Keegan Lewis.
Gut shot from Keegan Lewis.
Yep. You know, if you're Pilate, that's what you want. He's had a few, like, sort of near touches there. I think we're going to actually see, Shibata make way here, Toby. It looks like João Neves. João Neves, certainly a Brazilian. I guess he could be Portuguese or perhaps even Angolan. You're a trivia whiz. What other global countries other than Angola, Brazil, and Portugal speak Portuguese? We got anything?
Oh, I was going to say, where did Eusebio come from?
Eusebio was Portuguese, I thought.
No, he was from an African colony that the Portuguese
Oh,
controlled.
so he's probably from someplace like
I want to say Mozambique
Moses
or something like that, but I know that's not right.
Fair enough.
Looks like you are 100% correct, Sonny. That is João Neves.
Yeah, João Neves coming on for Shibata.
João has 3 goals for FC Wichita this season. You're in the 15th minute. Tulsa Athletic 1. FC Wichita 0.
FC Wichita coming off number 13, Sora Shibata.
Shibata's out in the 15th.
João Neves.
All right, so now we say ciao to Zhao as he comes on in the 15th.
Correction, João Neves.
All right, 1 sub in. Some 15 minutes gone. One of the quirks of Athletic Community Field, because he can score just fine, but the time on the scoreboard, we'll probably have to wait for us till it gets dark. Drop ball. We're back to the live action.
Lewis to put it back into play. Direct
Ball
here.
played forward, a little bit headed clear by KB Harris.
Here's Zaldivar switching fields. He has Diaz here.
Eric there on the far side.
Yeah, tricky player. Goes past him.
Cross. Does he win a corner?
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
All right, so another legit scoring opportunity. We say that, but you know, remarkably few goals are scored off of corner kicks, Sonny. It's like less than 5%.
Danny, yes. I always say chaos on a corner is a victory, is success. Danny Smith, actually, I scored, I think, maybe our only corner of the year against this FC Wichita.
It was a gorgeous goal, too. That's just over everything, and bonks off KB Harris's head. But it's just a throw, not a goal kick.
Yep. Here's Ussery.
Eight about 25 yards away.
Maybe a little bit
Blocked.
further, maybe 30. Here's Lopez. Wichita still kind of in a little bit of a low block. Harris kind of just flicks a generic ball over there.
Benazer at the halfway line.
Runs Diaz.
Back to KB Harris. Gets a little pressure.
Yep. Here's Diaz again.
Diaz finds a little space, centers it in.
Good ball in here.
Still loose.
Yeah, whipping dangerous balls into dangerous places is the way goals are found. You don't have to hit someone in stride, but Lewis does well to clean up there. And
Yes, he does.
you know, Gonzalez as well, holding off Pilate, who's at the doorstep. Questionable choice of sleeves there from Gonzalez. We did dip it. We may be high 70s. I'll laugh. Here is Pilate.
Oh,
Yeah, strong stuff there.
that was very strong stuff there. That's Scognamiel
Yep.
to Gleason. Villalobos.
Yeah, Gleason, definitely a strong young man, because so is Pilate. 12 caps for the Romanian under-19 national team.
Zaldivar.
Here's
Pilota
Torres.
Torres. Back to Zaldivar.
Still Zaldivar.
Cross. It's loose. Cleared. There's Nevis. To Nahara.
That'll be a throw.
That's a throw.
Yeah, good stuff so far from Tulsa. Good pressure, making it difficult for FC Wichita to play out of the back. You know, a lot of the stuff's been direct. I think Coach Carrasco will be pleased with that. Finding Joe Ruiz here. Great first
Little
touch.
flick, yes. Hammered out of there. Benazer. To KB Harris. He's pressured by Diaz.
Yeah, two Diaz's. You've got
Yeah, two Diaz is no waiting. Gustavo wearing the 11 shirt and Gabriel wearing the 19.
different statures. Same last name.
Torres.
Yeah, looking for
Long
Lopez.
diagonal pass looking for Nano Lopez.
I think it's going to find him.
He
It
does find him. Zaldivar.
Yeah,
Pilate.
it's a little too much there from Pilate. Still Pilate.
Keeps
Great tackle there from Trussell.
Trussell keeps it alive.
Yeah, it's his first match for the club, too. You know, that's the best way to introduce yourself to your new teammates is winning some tackles there from that 6th position and keeping possession.
Shadow clears that one, if only temporarily. Torres at the Diaz.
Yep, starts over.
Hits the reset button, as I like to say. KB Harris. Plenty of space. Finds Nano Lopez on the near side.
Great
Looking
ball
for
here
Pilate. Shot! Wide.
Yeah, and that's what you want. That's what you want. It's great service from Lopez, and that's what Tulsa's trying to do. He's the danger man. Get him service in dangerous spots. I would say an uncharacteristic missing of the target. I don't want to put him on a goal every time there, but You know, if you can drop a ball into Pilate from 12 to 15 yards out and let him swing the right peg, that's what we're trying to do. The way he wears his shorts is ridiculous, but I'll have that conversation with him privately.
Goal kick coming up for FC Wichita. That's flicked on there by Diaz.
Yep.
KB Harris. All the way out to Usry. Oh, that's unfortunate. Played into Nevis. Nevis dispossessed by KB Harris. Nevis. FC Wichita wanting a whistle. No whistle. Pilate looking for Torres. Nothing doing.
Yeah, I think he's looking for Diaz there, but unlucky. A good response there, though, from Tulsa. Good swarm defending. Good stuff there from Pilate.
Pilate winning the ball. Zaldivar. There's Nevis. He plays that one through. Gabriel Diaz on the near side. Picked up by Harris. Cross. That was a threatening ball.
It was good ball in a dangerous spot, like we said earlier. For us, same thing there. Diaz definitely able to pick out a pass. We saw it in Wichita in the first time these two teams met.
22 minutes gone here in the first half. Tulsa Athletic 1, FC Wichita 0. Tulsa Athletic playing for the regular season championship and a home game in the Mid-Continent Championship game.
The Mid-American Final, yeah. Yep.
That game will either be next Saturday or Sunday, as the league dictates.
Yeah, and the winner of the Mid-American Final also will host the winner of the Mountain Final, too.
Okay.
They had an abbreviated schedule, so not a super travel-intensive schedule, so that they will get on the road and come to the champion of the Mid-American. So all to play for. All to play for. Lopez to put the ball into play.
That was cleared out.
Sort of.
Harris gets a head on it. Gustavo Diaz. And now the ball played out to the far side. That is K.O. Teixeira.
Yeah, and they can't let him break the lines that easily there. That's
Ailman to Nevis. Sognomio coming up from the back line. Nevis just kind of let that ball go all the way through.
Yeah,
I don't understand what happened.
I think he thought he was offsides.
That's pointy throw coming up for Tulsa.
I think almost every player's done that where they kind of raise their hand being like, sorry, I'm offside, and then their own players say, hey, their left back was deep, you were actually onside. So,
play to the whistle, as they say in the other football.
That's right. Here's Ussery. Good ball here for Torres.
Yes, RT. Inside the 18. Still has it. Looking for Pilate. Teixeira. To Brian Ailman. Ball back into the middle third. KB Harris. To Benezer. And then back to Bryson Reed. Bryson's had a little more to do than he expected, I think, in the first half.
Yeah, this is going to find Joe Ruiz here, who you like finding. Played a little bit more advanced role. He's played a lot of center back. He's played some 6, which he gets excited about. Now he's kind of supporting the striker a little bit.
KB Harris.
Lopez does well to get the ball back under control.
Yeah, it was very nice, wasn't it?
Eric Diaz.
Diaz out on the far end. Back to Benezer.
Yeah, it's also kind of baiting FC Wichita to stretch a little bit. So fine.
Burn a little energy in the first half.
There's the left wing is on. Even one more. I like that ball was left. Here is Diaz.
Makes a little room. Shoots! Big save there.
Stings the palms, but good hands from Lewis.
Keegan Lewis. Sonny, they have gloves like this when you played, when you were a goalkeeper?
Oh, they're similar. I haven't been in a lot of pairs of gloves. I got a pair of APGs from Yule Sport the other day, and there are some similarities.
I can't imagine they had the padding then that they do now.
Well, they were starting with the finger supports and stuff like that.
I mean,
Well done there from Torres.
yeah. I'm talking to you here like you were Terry Sawchuk putting a goalie mask on for the first time. You're not that old. That's cleared.
Yeah, and Toby, if you're FC Wichita, that might be what the game needs is, a hard tackle, one at midfield, start a little bit of a break. You got numbers 3v2 there, and a little unfortunate there that the final ball let them down, but
Happens more often than not. If soccer wasn't a game rooted in failure, the score would be a lot higher.
that's right. Harris kind of put on his left foot there, so does the safe thing. Luis de Villalobos.
27th minute, Tulsa Athletic 1.
Villalobos, is that a town of wolves?
Villalobos?
Yeah, is that what that breaks down to?
Wolftown.
Wolftown.
Wolf City?
I like it. Gibran Wolftown. Feeling that. Here's Nahara, not Eduardo. Looked like he maybe hit straight offside there, but linesman keeps us.
Harris.
Well read from Harris.
Mm-hmm. There's a high
no nonsense here.
backspin ball, headed down.
This is going to find Lopez.
At the shadow. That's not a Lopez.
Yeah, you had the one early Joe Ruiz run there, and Lopez didn't see it. You only get two more. You only get two more.
Yes. Rolled at the shadow. Villalobos. Scognamio. Whistle.
Yep, Lopez does well. Gets his body right. Takes a good touch. Not much left to do,
Wins a,
but either foul or not foul.
wins a free kick. Back to Bryson Reed, wearing the captain's armband.
Yep, find an Ussery, the right back, who's played all season at left back and done a fine job, the Dallas, Texas native.
Lopez, KB Harris.
Wichita wanting to press here. A press being called for. Not bad.
Nope.
Not bad.
Got a throw.
Yep.
On the upswing of the first half here at Athletic Community Field, Tulsa Athletic up by a goal. Should the score hold up, they would play Oklahoma City 1889 in the league champion of the conference championship
Look at this
game.
ball. What a great ball this is.
Zaldivar, dispossessed.
Pilati plays that ball solely based on what the left back does. When he steps there, there's a missed ball from Lopez. And he sees him kind of check in, and he just plays that beautiful space in behind him, and knowing that Zaldivar makes that run.
Right. Like a quarterback running the triple option.
Exactly. You're just reading the safety, right?
Yeah.
The Torino Academy product, Pilate. You don't get 12 caps for Romania's under 19s and are an academy player at Juventus's rival and not have some quality.
That's a trip.
Yeah, it looks like Trussell, but he's in there battling. That's what you want from your six. I
Yep.
don't think there's a card or anything like
No,
that.
no,
Just
it's not. That's not card worthy. It's still.
Just six is scrapping pretty much. Toby, good crowd here tonight.
That's a nice crowd that I hear,
A
Sonny.
few hundred wandered in. Here's our helicopter flyover. Very expensive, but no cost spared. It's Ussery.
It's been easy. KB Harris, just outside of the D. Trussell.
Reed.
Back to Reed. And looking for Zaldivar.
This might
A little
be mine on the
short,
bounce,
but the
maybe
ball
mine on
goes
the
out of
bounce.
play. And I almost got that, Sonny.
Little effort, Toby. Little effort.
I might have fallen out the window.
I'll
had I
hold
go,
the legs. I'll hold your legs there.
and worse, would have lost my notes. Heck with me.
Lopez.
Save the notes.
I think that might have had a little touch.
Villalobos wins the race. Plotty puts a little pressure.
Yeah, good little pocket of pressure here, and well done from Wichita playing out.
Villalobos,
great stuff.
whistle.
Yeah, it's not a great call from the ref there. Wichita had done really good. It was a foul for sure.
Yes, it was a foul.
But they had done really good job there of a couple of one-touch passes to break the press.
I'm a big fan of the one-touch pass.
Oh, yeah.
Let the ball do the work.
That's right. Soccer is a beautiful game in the sense that some of the best players are the ones that don't have the ball. They look to get rid of it as quickly as possible.
Villalobos again. Brian Ailman. Villalobos gets the ball.
Yep, Diaz.
The center circle. There's Gustavo Diaz. Teixeira.
It's good press here
Moves
from Torres.
Gets by the goalie. Oh, almost. I thought that was going to trickle in possibly.
I don't think he knew how quickly Torres was closing there. You know, it seemed, I don't know if it seemed nonchalant or not, but quick corner.
Whistle.
Yeah, looked like it bounced up, caught the hand of Torres, the goal
Could've.
scorer.
That's a plausible explanation.
Looks like we're wandering into
33rd minute.
33rd
1-0 to the Athletic.
short ball played in here.
Yep.
Diaz.
Diaz again.
Botti does well.
Ball goes into touch. That's a throw for FC Wichita. Neves. Back to Teixeira, the captain.
Neves again. Shadow. Here's Neves. Some good football from Wichita. Trussell does well to break it up.
Goes to ground, no call. This could be trouble. Winds up. Over everything. Goal kick coming up.
Yeah. Alleman swung his leg. Ailman?
Ailman. I'm going with Ailman.
Ailman? I spoke to him briefly before the game, so Wichita kid.
Playing for Wichita, you don't say.
No, but I mean, you see a lot of. I mean, I guess we do have a ton of Tulsa players on the field.
My point exactly, sir.
I think we have 7. Well, you can't really count Bryce and Reed as one because he's Stillwater, but it's close.
Yes, but yeah, he has been here since before my son was in graduate school. So
It's true.
Bryson.
Yeah, Neves finding the ball a lot right now, and they're getting some joy through that too. Tulsa's going to need to be careful.
Gustavo Diaz. To Teixeira, who's playing up a little bit. It's a very high, what's left of the line back for FC Wichita. Scognamio making my point for me. Dispossessed by Zaldivar.
Yep, finds Diaz. He's got a bit of space.
Had a little space, but draws a foul.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from here. It looked like he wanted the little back heel there to Zaldivar.
It's Caleb Trussell. The second first-half substitution of the half coming up for FC Wichita.
Like that from Diaz. Like that from Diaz. Kind of look to pass and then change speed. Looks like we're going to see another change here. We don't have a number or name for
yeah,
number four.
we'll get that for you in just a bit.
But it looks like it's going to be Noah Gonzalez that's making way. I think.
Uh-huh. Yes, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an injury or not because Gonzalez have been pretty solid for me. Maybe it's just running players through.
Noah Gonzalez goes off in the 37th minute. The only thing I have in my notes is the first name Kieran, signing for the number 4.
Oh, Kieran Lakin.
Lakin.
Yeah, that's right. A player, who's a sort of a late registered player. We got the registration done just before kickoff.
Well, there you go.
Happy to be a good host. Here's Diaz.
All right, Potts right. Cross, looking for Zaldivar. Still.
Yeah, good ball.
Still in play.
Ball
Still in play.
Still Diaz.
Is that a corner?
Yes, I don't know. For me, it kind of looked like probably a goal kick, but it's one of those theoretically maybe a penalty, probably a goal kick. So I think the referee just cuts it in half and says, "Have a corner." You can both yell at me a little bit.
Number 2, Noah Gonzalez. Coming on, number 4, Kieran Lakin.
Looks like it'll be Ruben Torres.
Torres taking
on the ball here.
Swinging it in.
Better ball too.
Has much better ball off, bet wide. Didn't glance off the right part of his head.
Yeah, we're gonna have another corner here, I believe.
Gonna go with no on that one.
Well, the initial point was to the corner, which I'm not going to say I agreed with. Ruiz rose well there, just not able to get it.
He did
enough of his head on the ball.
I say the wrong part of his head at least. That one's blasted. Harris out jumped that time by Diaz. Gogdamia. Torres.
Yeah, I saw what he's trying to do there. Brings Zaldivar in. Looks like Lewis is just going to claim this.
Shepherds that ball to Keegan Lewis. You're just joining us. Tulsa Athletic broke the ice in the 8th minute with a Ruben Torres goal from about 40 yards away. Tulsa Athletic leading 1-0. Throw-in coming up.
The live table would see Oklahoma City in a final right now.
It would indeed.
One thing, Toby, that has to be said is, whatever the final is, it's going to be a good final.
Yes, it is.
This conference has been, like we said, everyone's taken points from everybody else. If it's Oklahoma City, we were 2-2 against Oklahoma City with the exact same goal difference, so that's going to be a great matchup.
Yes.
Prior to tonight, FC Wichita beat us 4-2, and then we came away victorious 3-0 here. So it's always nice to see a conference with a lot of parity. We've played in conferences where there's been a few good teams before, and the bottom half of the table was, the bottom half of the table.
Yeah.
But I mean, even with Kansas City, like Wichita struggled with Kansas City
all season
long. I think they were each. I think they split a pair of draws, and they each took a win off of each other. So here's Diaz. That's a great ball.
Looking for Zaldivar onside. Plenty of space. Got closed quickly. Torres. Zaldivar hangs on. Shot. Oh, boy, that was close.
Took a little deflection. Might have been a necessary deflection as well. Boy, Zaldivar, just when he gets it at his feet, he just looks to be dangerous constantly.
Kind of what you look for in a player, right?
Exactly. Final third.
Looks like Zaldivar's going to take this corner also.
Feeling unsatisfied from the last run.
41st minute.
Last couple of corners have been pretty good.
Successful set piece here at double the lead going into the half.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Zaldivar set for an in-swinger, it looks like. Here he comes. It's high. It's over everything. Ruiz
just
saves it.
keeps it alive.
Harris. And that's cleared out.
It's going to be Lopez for a little bit of a free service into the box.
Yep. Back it goes.
It's kind of a generic box ball.
Harris. Oh, Joe Ruiz. Well, he got into the goal, but that doesn't count for much of anything.
Joe Ruiz has like this weird curse of thinking a lot before the ball arrives to him. Wonderfully redirected ball from Harris there to rise, pick out Joe Ruiz. And the good thing about it, Toby, is Joe Ruiz will feel in debt now for the remaining 50 minutes of the match, and we'll give you a good shift. But absolutely, the lead should have been doubled there. I think 22 players would have expected the score to be 2-0 after that, or 21 and a half, we'll call it.
But here we are. Ball's in touch. Throw in coming up for Tulsa Athletic. And nice. Oh, whistle and a free kick
Yep.
coming up.
Yep, good feet from Trussell.
So it's a nice July evening here in Tulsa.
Good ball here. I like the Ussery's forward. Here is Ussery.
Here he is. Inside the 18. Now dispossessed.
Yeah, good tackle there from
Nice
Villalobos.
play, Villalobos.
There's Neves.
And here comes, well, I was going to say here comes FC Wichita, but no. There it is. Looking for Diaz. The other Diaz. Shot. Good catch, save by Bryson Reed. It's two nice ones here in the first half. A parry and a catch. All righty, well.
Yeah.
Nod to the armory there.
Yeah, the old unkid friendly. He's big, he's tall.
Don't finish it on the air.
Yeah, you know I won't. I haven't had enough beers yet.
Corey Gleason. Gustavo Diaz.
Yep, finding Neves.
Plotty's not going to get to that one, but Keegan Lewis says, Sonny, I'm always impressed just with the sheer size of the FC Wichita team.
They are, they've always had big physical players. You go back to like Uzi and Frank Tayu back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the a bit of brilliance there from the ground.
Right. Neves to Harris. Don't think he meant it to go that way. And here's Zaldivar.
Diaz making a run.
Nahara does a great job of closing ground.
Find him as well. Great first touch. Can he find his right foot here, Toby?
I don't know.
Maybe he goes
left foot.
Good save from
Big
Lewis.
save, and that's a corner.
Yeah, and I like that from Diaz. He set up his right foot, I think, 3 or 4 times there, and he just kind of let him know, like, hey, I have a decent snapshot with my left too. So even though Lewis makes the save, might be setting up another cut in for his right foot later.
Oh yeah. Change up, as it were. Zaldivar again.
Sun finally setting a little bit. It's nicer up here.
That
That's a
swings
good look.
in.
It's Ruiz.
Pilati keeps it in play.
Does well to keep it in play.
The attack continues.
Here's
Another
a great ball.
cross. Oh.
I'm not sure if Lewis, I think Lewis got a touch there. Great save because Harris was first to the dance.
Yes, he was. Another corner coming up. This time it's Torres.
Yeah, kind of probably see a flat driven ball here.
Don't get beat. Pick up your man.
I was kind of wondering myself why we don't see a lot more low driven balls into the box, particularly when there's potential for chaos, as you say.
Harris
No,
rises well.
not that time. Villalobos gets there first.
Zaldivar.
But the attack continues out of our crosses.
Great
Looking
whip.
for KB Harris. There he is. Shot.
I love it. No,
Oh.
I love it. It's a good look there. You know, just as kind of it had gone a little flat, a quick pass, and Pilati was expecting it. So a couple of good chances from Pilati. I think it'll come if he keeps receiving good service there inside the box. If you're Coach Ugba and Coach Carrasco, you really got to like what you've seen the first half.
Yes, yes.
You know, Reed has made a couple of good saves, but so was Lewis.
And the one Lewis did kick, he was just out of position. Doesn't happen often, but it happened there. And that one's in touch. Throw coming out from Skogdamio. Nahara.
Yeah, looking to drop a ball in.
Ball's loose. And in the touch, it's a throw in for Tulsa Athletic, and a Tulsa has player down. Well, we have 45 minutes in the books on the scoreboard, but no indication of
I think we're being told 2 minutes.
2 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time, they tell us.
The fourth official has indicated 2 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, us are good. Just
Right.
you know, you protect yourself when you go up
That
for headers, and sometimes that means you catch an elbow. Tough kid.
2 minutes of stoppage time. Feel like one has already passed. There's Pilati. Torres. Another throw coming in. And that's the halftime whistle.
There's the halftime whistle.
Tulsa Athletic go in to the halftime at 1-0 off a goal from Ruben Torres.
We'll be back in 15 minutes for the start of the second half.
We got more coming up, but first, we should have a special guest at halftime. Stick around. You're watching the League for Clubs on NSN. Toby Moore and Sonny D'Alessandro back with you at Athletic Community Field. Second half getting ready to start here between FC Wichita and Tulsa Athletic.
I've been told my mic level was too low, so you're welcome, everyone at home.
Ha ha. You're more interesting than I am. We should swap headsets.
I'm not.
I'm
not. Thank you to Philip Sumner for bringing that up. Our old friend Philip Sumner, still kind of working the ones and twos, even from afar.
Yes, he
our
is.
Our levels are up or down.
Glad you're still with us. Good to hear from you, Philip. Ruben Torres with a goal in the 8th minute. The difference here.
Yep.
Final game of the regular season in the Mid-America Conference.
If you're Tulsa here, Toby, you want to talk about a wounded animal. FC Wichita is exactly that. Like, their playoff lives are absolutely on the line right now.
Oh, this is true. If this holds up for 45 minutes, they're done.
Yeah, that's right. So, they'll celebrate. If they were to score a late equalizing goal, they'll celebrate like they've won the match because they've extended their season. So, it's be a great test for Tulsa to come into a situation where their opponent absolutely needs to get a result. And can Tulsa hold form and hold on to keep the result and put Oklahoma City in the final, or
let's get fired up for some Tulsa.
Or will the pressure of Wichita be too much?
Well, the test of this Tulsa Athletics side, see if they can close the deal. That looks like a substitution for FC Wichita. That's number 7, Roman Scognamia.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're probably brothers.
I don't know who came off. We'll figure that out. But here we go. That's the third substitution used by FC Wichita. Here we're now moving left to right on your device screen in the white shirts. Benezer guides that one to Bryson Reed, the former Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
Yep, looks like kind of up and in here.
One of those players with the talent to be a pro in the United States, but boy, it's hard to make a living being one.
Yeah, without a doubt. Good ball here from Harris. Good stuff from Diaz. Almost
Torres.
finds Torres.
Almost.
Back all the way to Lewis.
Keegan Lewis. Headed down. It's our old friend Villalobos. All poked ahead. KB Harris nods that one down, but Gabriel Diaz is there.
It's Neves, I think, right?
Mm-hmm, Neves. Gustavo Diaz.
Kind of a missed clearance there.
Yeah, it could still be trouble if you tell us Athletic. The other Scognamia's first touch.
Yeah, tidy footwork from Neves.
Up and over. That's a goal kick coming up for Tulsa Athletic. In the 47th minute, Tulsa Athletic with a 1-0 lead. Season on the line here for Wichita, especially here in the second half.
Yeah, I think the start sort of reflects that too, Toby. A little more urgency. Obviously kind of not a clear-cut chance, but dancing around the box there. And Neves going for the cheeky little chip of Bryson Reed. Didn't quite pull it off. Here's an Englishman yelling that it's his ball from 30 yards away.
Ruiz.
Good ball here from Ruiz to Lopez. Great ball finding Torres. Pilate.
Pilate comes back. He wins the ball. Fighting with Roman Scognamia. Ussery. Nice recovery. Ball in the center circle. Picked up by Nana Lopez, who draws a foul.
Yep.
Free kick coming up. 48th minute.
Coach Carrasco will like that foul. Kind of a little opportunity for just like a little reset,
Right.
FC Wichita coming out, owning the first couple of minutes.
You're not quite at a point in the game yet where you have a lead. It's late enough you can start, squeezing a few extra seconds every stoppage, but
No, and we don't need to, and we don't want to. You know, I mean, I think
You want to keep the pressure on and get the second goal.
I think so. I think so.
Whistle.
Yeah, it looks like Zaldivar just sort of undercut the brother, Scognamillo.
Yes. Ben. Corey Gleason. Tashetta.
Yeah, and good
Wins the
stuff from
throw.
Usry closing down there on Tacheto. Tacheto.
49th minute. Union KC last night with a 3-2 win at home versus Oklahoma City 1889. Which is what has left the table in the situation that it is. Nice recovery by Union KC down the stretch this season after a start they most certainly did not want. Recovered nicely from the 7-0 loss here. That's in touch.
Look, Kansas City is a tricky place to play. The turf's a little bit slick. It's as big as a soccer field possibly can be, and they proved that it's a tricky place to play. Like, they drew us there. I think they beat Oklahoma City there last night. They beat FC Wichita there. Like, they got a draw. I mean, they got points there.
It's a young team, nothing but upside. There's a throw, almost like a corner kick. Still down and cleared. Looks by Ussery.
Yeah, Tulsa just look a little bit lost in terms of their defensive shape right now. I mean, not at the expense of anything super dangerous, but
Not the focus you saw in the first half.
no, for sure. Here's Lopez.
Lopez coming down the
driving
far
run.
side. Shot by
Yeah, I like it
Torres.
from Torres too. You know, it's a good little half chance. As a striker, you kind of want to start that one at the goalkeeper and just let it tail away from him. And unfortunately, just gets his foot under it a little bit too much. Yeah, if you're a Coach Carrasco, I think you're finding that Gustavo Diaz is just kind of finding the ball a little bit too easily right now. There's a good ball. Great recovery from
Nice shot by
Ussery.
Ussery and a throw in coming up for FC Wichita.
They run a ton through Gustavo Diaz in the middle of the park.
Right. It's Gabriel Diaz. Benazer in coverage. Shot. Wide. Goal kick coming up.
Yeah,
Gutsy shot.
more just sort of signs of intent from Wichita.
Right. Definitely an attention getter.
Yep.
'52nd minute. Tulsa Athletic up by 1-0 over FC Wichita. FC Wichita trying to save their season here in the second half. That one's played to the right side, looking for Zaldivar. Doesn't find him. Wichita the move.
They are keeping his flag down.
It was Ailman playing the ball to the 18. That's scooped up by Bryson Reed. A little pressure there from Gabriel Diaz. No substitutions yet for Tulsa Athletic, but a stacked bench available.
Yeah, just everything's a little bit set. Here's Pilate earning a foul, but prior to that, and even there, like it was a little bit of a bad touch, but Tulsa just been kind of second place so far on everything. Here's a Joe Ruiz run that finds him.
On the edge of the 18, looking for Pilate. Missed him.
So probably
just a bit.
check and find Zaldivar.
That one's played into Nevis. FC Wichita on the move here. Harris with a tackle, no call. Keeps the ball in play. KB with space. That's Ruben Torres.
It's a good
Looking
ball.
for Zaldivar on the far side. Yeah, can't keep up with it. The ball goes over the touchline for a throw-in for Wichita here in the 54th.
Great tackle from Boti.
Ball goes into touch, but gives some green and yellow shirts a chance to get back on defense. A nice way, Zaldivar. Another throw coming up. No call. Gleason holds up. Villalobos. Gleason again. That just goes through everything. That's a goal kick coming up for Bryson Reed.
Yeah, but they're getting that opportunity to play the final ball. You know, prior to this, you know, there just hadn't really been too much, and that's why we had seen so much direct. Like, they just hadn't had much time on the ball. And now we're starting to see Diaz in the middle of the park. Gustavo, that is. Yeah, I think that's well done there from the ref.
Right.
Allows to see
Whistle.
if the ball goes through, but the shoulder pull was enough to bring it back.
Trussell will take a free kick here in the 56th. Benezer. Harris. Trussell. Ussery. Back to Trussell. Benezer. Joe Ruiz. Trussell again. Torres was looking for Zaldivar.
Yeah, he's got to connect that pass. So I like the look. I like the way he drove at the defense. Good little pocket of pressure there. And FC Wichita equally doing well to get out of it.
Right.
Still
Right.
kind of.
Tichetto. Two defenders on, and that was played through. Looking for Diaz.
It's a bad idea from Boti there. You either want to, I think, go with your left for sure, or maybe go with your right and kind of pass the in the weeds on to Bryson Reed, but gets away with it. Goal kick.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Well, I say bad idea. I mean, the game when you're out there is going a million miles an hour, and you do what you feel confident
Right,
in.
and unless you're Joe Ruiz, where the game is just going at a snail's pace in your head. There are a handful of players that have come through Tulsa that have that ability to just slow the game down.
That's right. You know, you hear Coach Carrasco right now sort of reiterating the fact that FC Wichita are winning everything right now. Like, if this keeps up, FC Wichita will get their rewards for this.
And we'll do this again next week. Whistle. Oster trying to squeeze a few extra yards out of that throw. Pilati. Ussery. Close that down quickly.
Good ball here for Ruiz.
Yep. Torres. Pilati. Into a crowd. And
Pilati.
cleared. Trussell
Yeah, tidy.
to Ussery. Light starting to take effect here. Benezer. Dispossessed. And there's Gabriel Diaz.
Yeah, well cut out by
It
Harris.
was well done by Harris. And off he goes. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he does that. Like, we've seen him do it a few times. He's got a little bit of a petulant side to him.
That's
You know,
a
we've seen him
yellow card.
we've seen him fake throw the ball in players' faces. So, like, you know, I mean, there's a tactical foul, and then there's, hey, you were supposed to have the tactical foul about 30 yards ago, but
That's a 58th minute yellow card on number 19, Gabriel Diaz.
Yeah, I'd be critical, except I've been that guy for the
Yellow card
majority of my
issued to
playing
FC
career.
Wichita in the 58th minute.
Diaz with the yellow card. Gabriel Diaz with the yellow card.
Yep.
Number 19, Gabriel Diaz.
There's Ussery. Diaz loses the ball in the touch. Throw in coming up. It's Gustavo Diaz. That's in a touch. Almost hit a fan. Throw in taken quickly. KB Harris knocks Gustavo Diaz off the ball. Still in play.
Yep, still Diaz.
Yep. Well, there's nobody else there.
The ball boy's excellent for FC Wichita right now as well. Ball put in, put quickly into play.
Must not have been present on that day of training. 56th minute. Corner kick coming up.
60th minute.
60th minute. Thought that was a 5, not a 9. Corner kick. This could be trouble. It swings in. It's right there in the zone. Oh, my.
Yeah, you can't be happy with that if you're Coach Carrasco.
No, you
I
cannot.
don't want to say it's a wide open header, but that's a chance. That's a chance.
That was scary for the Tulsa side. Bryson Reed, Sonny is correct. An hour gone, half an hour to go. Here at Athletic Community Field. Just the Ruben Torres goal for Tulsa Athletic. That's the difference in the game.
Yeah, and a better small pocket of pressure from one player there in Rafa Zaldivar, and you get the ball back. Like,
Whistle.
yeah, it looks like Harris is down.
It is a warm night. Could be a cramp. I hate to speculate. Looks like he made a thumbs up gesture from the ground. Oklahoma City 1889, of course, watching today's game with great interest as well. They've done all they can. Their 10 games are done. And they need a Tulsa Athletic
And a
win.
good season. They had a good season.
They had a good season.
They beat everyone and they tied. They beat everyone and they got beat by everyone.
Picked up, yeah, they exactly half the points they could pick up, 15 out of 30.
Mm-hmm. Were they 5-5?
I don't know. Apparently, they must have.
I think they had a drawless season.
It's hard to squeeze out 3 draws in a 10-game season. So there he is. Harris is back. Benezer. Ossery. He's got a little space. Throw coming up for Tulsa Athletic. Ossery. Torres finds a little space in the middle of the park. He's looking for Ruiz. Shut down. Roman Scogliamillo to Nevis. It's Gustavo Diaz with a cross. KB Harris blocks that with his face.
No, it's never a handball.
And the ball goes back to FC Wichita. It looks a lot like what Tulsa Athletic was.
I can't reiterate it enough, Toby. Like, you see Zaldivar, who works his socks off every game, but, like, a little bit of pressure there, and the ball's gone into touch for a throw-in. You know, it's like some others from Tulsa Athletic need to follow suit, make life a little bit more difficult.
The throw goes to FC Wichita. Okay, DeShetto with the throw. The Wichita captain. Taking a throw in the 64th.
Yeah, Kyle's been good tonight.
Helping himself to about 10 yards of real estate in the process. Benitez. Dispossessed. Scognamiel.
Yeah, well recovered here from Eric Diaz.
That was Gabriel Diaz. Cross.
A necessary header there from Torres.
Absolutely. Harris.
Here's a jailbreak.
There he goes. Saldivar opens up a little ground on Gleason. Lopez. Wichita looking much more aggressive in the second half. Playing with more urgency.
Yeah, it's a poor ball out of the back from Harris.
Diaz shot. Save. Scognamiel. A much easier save that time, but 2 from Bryson Reed in this sequence. And Tulsa Athletic continued to lead 1-0 in the 65th.
Yeah, if you're Coach Carrasco, I think you got to be looking at the bench at this point to like who's gonna bring a bit of a spark, because what's gonna happen, Toby, is as this scoreline goes on, this game is gonna get more stretched. FC Wichita are gonna commit players forward to try and get the goal they need to extend their season. Still.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
There's her whistle.
It's a series of fouls. Good stuff
No
there
card,
from
but a
Torres.
free kick coming up
Yep.
from a quasi-dangerous spot. So if you're Coach Carrasco, are you thinking maybe going with the veteran Gustavo Vargas on the back line and bolstering your
I'm not sure. I think what the game needs is the game needs energy.
energy? A lot of youth on the bench. A lot of youth on the bench.
Momentum can be swung with a kick of the ball, though, Toby. And here's
You
a
got that right, Sonny.
Here's a chance for Tulsa. Saldivar, great ball in.
Oh, just missed Pilati. Torres. We saw that work earlier in the game. That's a throw coming up for Tulsa.
Great stuff here from Diaz.
Still in the attacking third for Tulsa Athletics. Still in play. Pilati keeps the ball going. Got a Tulsa Athletic player down right at the byline.
Yeah, it's Eric Diaz.
Mm-hmm. And there's a corner coming up for Tulsa Athletic. Looks like Ruben Torres. Going to swing this one in, it looks like.
Get it where you like it. Get
Yep.
it where you like it.
There you go.
Here is Torres.
Low, driven.
Oh,
Whoa, I thought that
flashes
I
through
thought I had a
several people.
chance.
I think we're going to go for another corner here, but it's one of those that just needed a touch. Just needed a touch.
Now it goes to the other side. Saldivar will take the corner kick. 68th minute. Starting to realize that the sand in the hourglass is quite finite.
Going to be a short corner here for Torres.
I hate these. But about as effective as the regular corner. So
Yeah, it's another corner.
that's a lot of corners. One more, they'll tie the parallelogram.
That's right. Saldivar to serve. It's a good service. It's going to be a throw in for Tulsa.
Substitution coming in for Tulsa Athletic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the end of the night for Trussell.
Good night for him.
Looking for Pilati here. Back to Ussery. Still Ussery.
Well, in a very rare instance, we're both stumped with the substitution coming on. There was no number 15 on the team sheet.
Substitution Tulsa coming in the 69th minute. Coming off, number 6, Caleb Trussell. Coming on, number 15, Hayden Parker.
Yeah, Hayden Parker.
There we go.
Rogers State University.
Number 15, Hayden Parker, on in the 69. Thank you, Daniel DeVore. Had him peg wearing the 7 shirt today. The joys of fourth-tier soccer.
The 7 was dirty.
Whistle. Free kick coming up for FC Wichita. 70th minute. Gustavo Diaz taking the free kick.
Yeah, usually serves the balls in.
A one-man wall, if you can call it a wall.
We'll give Eric Diaz the benefit of the doubt. Going.
Still in play. It's headed clear by Harris.
This will find Torres.
And off Torres goes. He's got Pilati in the middle.
He'll do well to retain possession here, though. Like.
Oh, yes.
I think a little greedy there to try and pick out the pass. Maybe just keep it and restart. Lopez has been very good.
The throw from, and a catch.
Oh, a little bit of the old fumble Ruski there.
At the end of the
I
day,
remember
Yells
FC
onto
Wichita benefiting from a Justin Bauer fumble at Veterans Park once upon a time.
Well, that's a name I haven't thought of in a while. And by a while, I mean since he played here. That's in touch.
Maybe a Wichita throw-in.
Yes, yes, indeed. A Wichita throw-in. White shirts.
Fans treated to some chances, but not a lot of goals. Hopefully
No.
not the curse of the commentator here as the ball flipped in. Looking for Diaz.
Plenty of action tonight if you're a paying customer. That goes into touch for a throw.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Looks like Gustavo Diaz to put the ball on play again. A long throw.
Big throw. Headed out by Benezer. Played back inside the 18. Gleason all over that one, but beaten.
Yeah,
and
this could be an interesting race here as Lewis does really well to clean that up.
yes, he does.
We do have a player down who's now up.
And a whistle. And I feel like some more cards are going to be dealt between now and the end of the match.
Listen, FC Wichita is not ready for their season to be over tonight.
No, no.
Blake Shoemaker doesn't put teams out there that, want anything other than trophies. So, yeah, it's going to be hotly contested until the final whistle.
As it should be. Physio extraordinaire, Annette Black coming onto the pitch. Kind of like a tell me you're a water break without telling me you're a water break coming up here.
Yeah, it wasn't terribly hot today, but, I'm all for players grabbing a drink.
Sure, why not?
I know I'm grabbing one.
th minute. Darkness tends to fall on Tulsa. Makes me think of
beautiful night tonight.
It's a beautiful night. Makes me think of, as you mentioned before, I was in Cincinnati last weekend celebrating my birthday.
Happy birthday, Toby.
Thank you. And as it gets as darkness falls here, you may not know this, but in the title sequence of the old soap opera The Edge of Night, you probably remember that one on ABC.
I do, yes.
The city that gets dark in the title sequence of The Edge of Night is Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Queen City, right?
Yes, it is.
I understand one of the largest Oktoberfests in the country as well.
Right up there with ours.
I think actually a little bigger. Maybe not per capita, but per people. I think we're going to see Nate Stevens come on. I think he's going to replace.
Right, you are. Nate has a goal. Looks like we're going to get at least one substitution from one team until we resume action. This is soccer for you. There's always something happening when nothing's going on.
Yeah.
All right, so all of that.
A little bit of confusion between the fourth official and the center. The player came off as injured, had an equipment change his boots, and then the fourth allowed him to go back on. But the center saying because he came off as an injury, he's got to be waved back on. So I don't know, a lot of kerfuffle. I'm old school on this. It's like, listen. Let just put the 11 players back on. Like, you know, I'm not going to say we wouldn't take a goal here, but you just don't want it. You don't want to score or win that way. So that said, here is Torres.
There's Torres. That's
with
cleared out.
A relatively terrible ball that allows him to re-enter the field.
There we go, and now Lincoln comes back in. Meanwhile, while all of that was going on, there was, in fact, a substitution. Sonny, Nate Stevens came on in the 76th minute, replacing Corey Gleason.
Here's Aldevar still.
No, on the left side of the pitch.
Shadow. Pilati starting the break for FC Wichita, but doing the work to get back.
In hot pursuit.
Yeah, I really dislike the touch there from Boaty. I think kind of be done with it, but he does get away with it.
Torres.
Chance for numbers here.
Aldevar. Played
Torres,
into the 18.
A
into a
little unselfish there for me. Here's Lopez surging forward still.
Nano up the right side. And there is the aforementioned Nate Stevens.
Yep, good little toe there.
Teixeira. 78th minute. I put the over and under on injury time at probably 4 minutes. No goals here in the second half. Not from a lack of trying. Nope. Two big saves from Bryson Reed have preserved the clean sheet here in the second half.
Yep, here's Diaz. Gustavo Diaz.
Teixeira.
Looking for the diagonal here. He's got numbers on for the diagonal ball.
Can't get it there, though. Stevens. It's played out of the 18. Ruiz. Nice pass. Pilati.
Yeah, Pilati, for me, a few too many times the little back hill. Here's our good run if he can find it, but it's just couldn't get it.
Zaldivar a little behind him. It goes into touch, as you said.
You know, for me, those are the ones you want to miss. You want to miss it going out for a goal kick, not for a throw in. Wrap your foot around it, and let Zaldivar at least have the space to run it.
Right. Substitution coming here for Tulsa Athletic.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Brandon O'Rourke come on for David Pilati. A good night for Pilati. I think if you asked him, he would want a couple of those chances back. He is a clinical finisher. But he also did some of the dirty work, too. O'Rourke, I believe, Owasso, Oklahoma product, Rogers State University, was with the club last summer. Played some with Bartlesville Buffaloes in another league this summer as well. Dangerous forward.
O'Rourke on for Pilati in the 79th.
Yeah, here is O'Rourke.
There he is. Nice tackle.
I like that the first thing he did was run at the guy that just was injured.
Right, run down by Diaz. Ossery. Cross.
Great cross.
Knotted down.
Oh, I didn't see. I didn't have a real good look at the little knockdown from the defender to Lewis there, but.
So it goes. There's Teixeira. Dispossessed.
Here's Torres. Oh, here's Zaldivar.
Zaldivar. Yes,
That's a
sir.
goal!
Zaldivar in the 80th minute. His first goal of the season. And it's 2-0 Tulsa Athletic.
Yeah, good stuff from O'Rourke there. Great stuff from Ruben Torres to wait. He releases Zaldivar. Zaldivar finishes supper. Starting to be desperate times in the 3-1-6, Toby.
Boy, it certainly is. Nice area code reference.
And, you know, if you're Brandon O'Rourke coming on immediately and, it's tired back line, be active, create chaos, get a little toe in. That's what it leads to. 2-0 Tulsa.
Absolutely. So goals in the 8th and the 80th now for Tulsa. Less than 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time from locking up the regular season championship.
Coming in the 80th minute by number 14, Rafa.
And we said the 3-1-6 in despair. The 405 for that matter couldn't be more pleased with the goal.
Still sweating bullets though. This team is capable of putting up goals in a hurry. Lewis.
Here's Diaz. Still.
Yep. Draws 2 white shirts.
Yeah, smartly just
gets a throw.
Plays it into Villalobos for the, Teixeira for the throw in.
82nd minute. As long as the ball's on this half of the field, Oklahoma City 1889 can breathe easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of game left. Listen, their game. Here is O'Rourke.
Yep.
Tries his luck. Kind of puts the ball, like we said, into a dangerous spot.
That's all you really asked for.
Competing.
This could be. Nope. Oh my! Everybody goes down.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, like hip to hip, maybe.
Something. I mean, it didn't look like a whole lot of kinetic energy when it was in real time.
That's what you get when there's a try-hard Owassen and a big English guy. They're gonna smash into each other. There will be plenty of kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy, yes.
I assure you.
Lake and they went down again for Wichita. Good pressure on the ball.
Yeah, good little pressure sequence here from Tulsa.
Quite get it back yet. Whistle, free kick coming out for.
And you don't even mind that foul up the field just because it is in the middle of some pressure.
Right. Diaz. Run down by Harris.
Yep.
Gives up the throw, but okay with that, I think. 84th. FC Wichita needs 2 goals to save their season. Ailman crosses in. Headed out by Nana Lopez. O'Rourke.
Yep.
Zaldivar.
Chance for Diaz to get on his bike here. Still O'Rourke.
Torres.
Torres had a really good game today.
Yes, he did.
I like
Shot.
O'Rourke. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Try your luck.
Covered by Lewis.
Introduce
You never
yourself.
know.
Like I said, O'Rourke trained and played the friendlies that we were forced to play last summer, but was a member of the squad. Like, we don't look at him as a new player.
Benitez. O'Rourke. Torres. At the center line.
Yeah,
Play
here-
through
here's
Diaz.
Diaz.
All alone. Still standing. Shot. Oh,
Yeah,
wide.
it must be from there. You know, it absolutely must be. If you're Diaz, you've done everything right. You know, you fended off the defender. It's the 85th minute.
Tucker Gray coming in for FC Wichita wearing the number 17 shirt.
And I think we're going to see.
I see Berger.
I think we're going to see Cash
Dunkel.
Dunkel coming on for.
Sounds like a German beer. Cash Dunkel.
I would drink a bunch of Cash Dunkels. I didn't mean for that to sound weird.
Substitution
I drink a
Tulsa
lot of
coming in
beers.
the 85th minute.
Yeah, and Renardo Berger as well.
Yes, both of them come on.
Coming off for Tulsa.
You know, still game left.
Diaz soft.
Still plenty of game left. Like that finish from Diaz could have absolutely.
Eric Diaz. Coming off. Cash Dunkel.
Had one more come up. I didn't see who it was. Substitutions like an ant farm in the fourth tier.
Substitution Tulsa coming off. Number 10, Ruben Torres.
Thank you. Torres is
Coming on,
off.
Number 16, Ronaldo Berger.
Takes his goal and goes.
Here is
Oh, could it
Berger.
be? It's Berger. Shot, little dribbler, picked up by the goalkeeper, Lewis. In the 86th.
Yeah, again, good stuff from O'Rourke there.
Yes, Stevens. Zaldivar trying to run that one. There's KB Harris. Another guy can play anywhere on the
Joe
field.
Ruiz finding Dunkel, who's found O'Rourke with space. He's got Dunkel again if he wants.
Yes, he does. There it is.
Got to find
a little
that-
behind him.
Yeah, got to get it in front of him there. Finds O'Rourke again.
Yep. So
Still
there's the 18.
Still O'Rourke.
Oh,
Dangerous ball across.
Yeah, squirts through, but no yellow shirt to knock it home.
You can't really yell at Zaldivar for not running enough, though, tonight.
No. Neves. Benitez. Back to Bryson Reed.
Yep, sort of.
About 3 minutes plus injury time away from a clean sheet at this rate. Zaldivar. Berger. Big blast wide. And a goal kick coming out for FC Wichita. One more substitution coming in for Tulsa Athletic.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Hugh Pham come on for Zaldivar, who's just
Substitution
been
in the
tremendous,
87th
Toby.
minute. Coming off, number 14.
He's
Rocco
one of the ones
Zaldivar.
where you want to see how much ground he
Number
covered on the
20,
night, because
Hugh Pham.
another huge night for Zaldivar. He played the 6 against Kansas City, so he's been versatile. Here's O'Rourke, and he got his goal at the end too.
Right. Shot. Wide.
Yeah, just drags it wide. He'd want that one back. Good stuff though. Love that O'Rourke looks hungry, looking to put the nail in the coffin.
The Athletic offense has not slacked off at all, even with the 2-goal lead late. Yeah, I'm with you all the way on Zaldivar. Great game from him tonight. Had it clear. Scarillo. Wide. '89th minute. Bryson Reed puts that back in play on a goal kick, gets the ball back.
Yep, finds Harris again.
And KB and Bryson just playing back and forth.
You know, it's kind of the life of KB Harris, Toby. He comes here on Saturday, scores a hat trick, and then the coach says, hey, you're starting tonight. Yeah, center back. Good stuff here from O'Rourke. Dunkel still wide. Here's Berger.
Here's Berger.
Is it Berger time, Toby?
I don't know,
And here's
Sonny.
Dunkel.
Dunkel. A Berger and a Dunkel. How about that?
Yeah, I'm down. Berger and a Dunkel tonight. I'd play 10 francs for that. I don't acknowledge the euro.
I thought we were in Switzerland.
What
Never mind.
what a touch from Diaz there.
That's in the touch.
Ball back into play, though. The ball boys are definitely expeditious this evening. Laid off.
Even when they probably shouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, if we had to train them tonight, we would probably tell them to just hold the ball in their hand.
Nice and easy for the guys in the white shirts.
You know, Toby, I don't want to call it early, but I will say this one thing. You know, having FC Wichita back as a rival has been excellent. They're good for the league. They're a good side. You know, this first round of being, you know, fellow clubs in the League of Clubs may not have gone their way, but you know, Blake Shoemaker will reload, and we will see more good rivalries. So here's Hugh Pham.
Berger again.
Yeah, here's
whistle.
Yeah, I'm being told. I'm being told, Toby, that there's 3 minutes of extra time.
3 minutes. I was under, or I was over. I said it'd be 4. Oh wow. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've even pimped the naming rights out for it.
Yep, little deflection off Ailman there. Check.
Okay. That's Usry. Joe Ruiz very quietly put together a solid 90 tonight.
Yeah, Pham's got O'Rourke.
Oh, yes he does.
Oh, the old
little bobble. O'Rourke couldn't quite get there.
They call that a drama fumble, I think. Dunkel needs to get back on side here. All credit to FC Wichita not giving up on the game.
Oh, absolutely. Benezer. Bryson gets that out of his own zone. Stevens. Nevis.
I like this, just kind of put in a place where Berger can go make a mess.
Yep.
Now, is it Berger time, Toby?
We'll see.
He's got Pham on the far post.
Still alone.
Finds O'Rourke.
There's Dunkel.
Here's Dunkel.
Dunkel into the Tulsa Knight over the fence.
The high school senior thinks that maybe I'll swing my leg. Just so long as he doesn't get countered, everything's fine.
Right.
Good little
Berger
chest.
again.
Here's Berger's had plenty of touches. Good ball through for Ruiz.
Berger shot.
Looked
wide.
like a deflection. Lovely touch from Ruiz. You don't usually see Ruiz do the fancy thing. He's known for making the game look overly simple, but goes with a little
corner coming up here for Tulsa. Yellow and green check shirt starting to filter into the 18-yard box.
Bernardo Berger to serve the ball in.
Berger.
Good ball.
That's a great ball.
Oof.
I thought that was going to go in, but no.
Yep, I think
that's a throw.
I think Ailman more or less saves it from being a
3-0 game.
Oh, now they're saying it's from being a corner, but I guess I guess the ball did wander out into touch.
Well, they gave him a corner kick. KB.
Here's Pham. Pham, great ball. Ruiz rising. Dunkel. No.
Counter. Yes.
Yeah, Lopez kind of just sweeping there.
Played through. Nate Stevens looking for that one.
Toby, I think that's going to do it.
I think that's the ball game, Sonny.
And that's your final whistle.
Tulsa Athletic 2,
Final score, your Tulsa
FC Wichita 0. That is the final game of the regular season for everybody now. Tulsa Athletic finished with 19 points at the top of the table in the Mid-American Conference.
Oh, and Toby, the fireworks have begun.
Yes, they have.
Tulsa Athletic will be back in action here.
Certainly without a permit, as per club bylaw.
Right.
Club National Playoffs.
Oklahoma City will be here next week, and they get another rematch in the last two NPSL Heartland Conference champions,
That's right.
playing for the Mid-American
Yeah, we like.
Conference title and a berth in the national quarterfinal.
That's right. That's right. We'll face the winner of the Mountain Conference.
That's right. At home, we might add.
That's right. So, Toby, you want to sign us off?
I will. You got any thoughts on man of the match before we do that, Sunday?
No, I like Torres. I thought Torres was very important. I thought Zaldivar covered every blade of grass as he usually does.
I did too.
KB Harris very solid in the back there. Yeah, I thought all in all, Nano Lopez was good. Ussery was good. Yeah, some good performances tonight.
All right, so 11 men of the match is what I'm hearing, Sonny.
No, 4 or 5 of them. Just 4 or 5 of them. I'd probably have to go with Torres. I thought Torres was very good tonight.
All right. I would have gone with Zaldivar, but I will defer to you. Torres, the man of the match. Another clean sheet for Bryson Reed, lowering his goals against average to 1.10 going into the postseason. And that will do it here as Don Williams sings a little J.J. Cale as we ride off into the sunset. Tulsa Athletic 2, FC Wichita 0. 3 points and a scotch for the Athletic. And we'll be back here next week. Stay tuned to your socials and find out the actual day and kickoff time. Until then, Toby Moore for Sonny D'Alessandro and our technical director, Dan DeVore, saying good night from Athletic Community Field.